All right, so we're back talking about rural water supply under the new incident response policy. So on this clip, we're going to talk about how to incorporate a relay into your water supply scenario. So we've changed things up a little bit. Here we have a house that's closer to the road. We have the same configuration of the first two engines and the first due tanker. You'll see the first due engine is fighting the fire. They're being supplied by the tanker. They laid out the clappered Siamese and the line. The second due engine came and parked, and he's also supplying the first due tanker. So that's normal, it's just in a different location. Just be careful to leave room on the road for other apparatus to get by. The first due engine officer has to call this play. So he has to articulate that this is going to be a relay operation and that it's going to be built out from the end of the Siamese, clappered Siamese. So the third due engine has been directed to lay out from the clappered Siamese. While the rest of the relay is being built out, it's more than likely that the second due tanker will arrive. So he comes in, he hooks up to the other side of the clappered Siamese, and he goes ahead and pumps that, okay? It's pretty critical that the first due tanker operator have this line hooked up into his intake and be ready for water, because that's going to be his supply. So the second due tanker is pumping the Siamese. In the meantime, this is being built out, so we have the fourth due engine come in. He's going to lay out to a hydrant. In this case, he's going to go ahead and pump his high flow discharge to the intake of the second due pumper. Of course, he's going to have to hook up the hydrant before he does that. We don't want to be using tank water to fill 1,000 foot of 4-inch hose. That's a lot of water. So we want him to go ahead and take suction off the hydrant. Of course, we want him to use the biggest piece of hose available. He would use his soft sleeve on a Crimson, probably the easiest to have it come to the rear intake. Also make sure that you trim out the hydrant and use the heavy water supply. We're saying that this is going to be 1,000 feet here and 1,000 feet here. Both of these engines should just go ahead and pump the line at 150 psi. If these are not Crimsons that have the high flow relief valves, it's probably a good idea for both of these engines to just set up a dump line. So an attack line, tie it off somewhere, just crack it open, let it flow. That way, if somebody causes a water hammer down here and it comes back all the way down the line, the dump line's going to take care of that. So again, this is how we incorporate a relay operation into our water supply on the rural scenario.